I'm left silent, I'm left in pain. You took away my innocence, my hopes, my dreams, my youth. You took from me my very soul. Your words to me are weakness. They slay me to the ground. Sometimes you make me feel lost, though I'm wishing I were found. What could have been, I never knew. The trauma of abuse is never fully gone from a person's consciousness. Its filthy stain leaves its residue on the soul forever. However, like all bad experiences, it is possible to turn this experience into good by developing compassion and empathy for others who have been through this experience. Many people feel that bringing meaning to a traumatic experience is a path to healing. When I turn a negative experience into a tool that brings meaning into my life and others, I am taking the best kind of revenge on my abuser. My name is Jenifer Cabrera. I'm a single mom to a 6-year-old little boy that is very energetic. I came to Central Florida from Southwest Florida to better my life. I met my trafficker while I was in foster care. So the reason why I was in foster care was because my biological parents, they weren't really the parents I needed growing up. My dad was an alcoholic. He was very abusive to my biological mom. And then my biological mom turned her pain into doing drugs and drinking. Because I kept running away, DCF was always called, and I ended up being in foster care. Being in foster care, I feel like it was really bad for me, just because like everything I've experienced as far as like being molested and jumping from group home to group home. And then at 17, I just ran away. I was done, and that's how I, became trafficked. And it was really hard. We weren't supposed to have a phone, but I was able to get one. I got on Bumble and met my first trafficker on Bumble. And I thought that it was something good. Like, we were in a relationship. He bought me everything I wanted. He treated me like a princess, like every person wants to be treated. And then it started with the abuse and, him demanding for me to make him $1,000 a day. And that went on for weeks and a year and turned into like 2 years. And then I had my son during the whole process of that. And I almost lost my son to the system while I was going through my trafficking situation, because I was forced to go to the club to strip, make money. Then I was doing drugs, and alcohol became my escape. And I knew it was forced. I was like, no, this is not the life I want for my son. I want to get out. And then I met my second trafficker, which was another partner of his, and I was just constantly beat and ended up trying to kill myself. So the main reason why I couldn't leave was because I was getting a bunch of threats that they were gonna hurt my son and they were gonna kill me. I've had like threats saying that they were gonna bury me and that no one would find me at all. So I ended up trying to overdose to see if I can get someone's attention, and it did. I called a special person in my life, and she's still in my life to this day. She called 911, and I got the help I needed. I got Baker acted, and they allowed me to stay there until they knew I was safe, and someone came to physically pick me up, and they transported me to the safe house. And I ended up here in Central Florida, and being here has changed my life.
Yeah, and I agree, like understanding, reading these intimate and very personal and very raw details, and having been through some horrible situations in my own life, I know what it takes to really put yourself out there and allow someone else into that space, and wondering, like, is this gonna change the way they feel about me or the way they react to me? There's been times when we've talked about her trafficker, and I remember she said one time, people don't understand how dangerous traffickers are. And I was like, oh, I understand how dangerous they are, but that's a risk I'm willing to take for you.
Harbor Hope has helped me tremendously through my schooling, the mentorship, being in community, and I feel like community is very important because no one wants to do life alone, and you just feel that sense of belonging as a person when you're surrounded by people that just want to love on you. So I definitely encourage you to step in and, volunteer. If not volunteer, be a mentor to someone else that needs help, because Jaden and I have had the help from Harbor Hope and we're doing amazing. So I definitely encourage you to get involved as much as you can and help other survivors that may need help.